Long before the modern world became dependent on constant connectivity, rapid communication, and centralized systems, a quiet concern lived in the minds of U.S. leaders. What happens if everything suddenly stops? Not just a temporary disruption, but a total breakdown of government, communication, and order. From that fear, deep within the highest levels of planning, a secret framework began to take shape. An emergency blueprint designed to ensure that the United States could survive even its darkest day. This idea became what experts refer to as continuity of government, often shortened to COG. While parts of it have been publicly acknowledged over the years, the full extent of the plan remains classified. Its purpose is simple in theory, but enormous in execution. If the nation's leadership is ever incapacitated, a parallel system immediately takes over, ensuring that control, decision-making, and authority never disappear. The roots of this plan stretch back to the early days of the Cold War, when the threat of nuclear conflict felt immediate and real. After events like the Cuban Missile Crisis, it became clear that a single strike could potentially wipe out much of the federal leadership in Washington, D.C. That realization forced policymakers to think beyond traditional defense. They began preparing not just to fight wars, but to continue governing after devastation. Over time, this planning evolved into a complex system of protocols, locations, and personnel. Hidden across the country are hardened facilities, bunkers built into mountains, buried beneath layers of rock and reinforced steel. Some of these sites have been partially revealed, such as Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, a secure underground complex believed to house key officials during emergencies. Others are rumored to exist, but remain unconfirmed, their locations and capabilities known only to a select few. But the plan doesn't rely only on static locations. One of its most fascinating components involves airborne command centers, highly specialized aircraft designed to function as flying headquarters. Planes like the Boeing E-4B Nightwatch can stay in the air for extended periods, equipped with advanced communication systems capable of directing military and government operations even if ground infrastructure is destroyed. In a worst-case scenario, leadership could operate entirely from the sky. The heart of the system is the idea of redundancy. The government doesn't depend on a single chain of command. It maintains multiple layers of backup leadership. If top officials are unable to serve, others are immediately sworn in under emergency authority. Some of these individuals may never appear in headlines or public records, yet they are prepared in advance to assume critical roles without hesitation. This ensures that, no matter how severe the disruption, there is always someone ready to lead. Communication, however, is perhaps the most tightly controlled element of all. In a national crisis, normal media channels could be replaced by emergency broadcasts. Information would be carefully managed to prevent panic, maintain order, and guide the population. Systems exist to transmit messages across the country even if traditional networks fail, using secure and resilient technologies developed over decades. There have been moments in history when parts of this system were quietly activated. Following the September 11th attacks, reports later revealed that certain continuity measures were put into motion. Key officials were moved to secure locations, and backup protocols were initiated behind the scenes. While the public saw only the visible response, a deeper layer of preparation was unfolding out of sight. What makes the plan even more intriguing is how it has evolved in the modern era. Today's threats are not limited to physical attacks. Cyber warfare, infrastructure sabotage, and even space-based disruptions are now part of strategic planning. As technology advances, so does the complexity of the systems designed to preserve control. The emergency plan is no longer just about surviving explosions. It's about maintaining authority in a world where attacks can be invisible, instantaneous, and global. Despite occasional glimpses into this hidden framework, many questions remain unanswered. How extensive are these underground facilities? How many people are involved in the shadow chain of command? And how often are these plans updated or tested? The secrecy surrounding the program fuels speculation, with some believing it is far more expansive than publicly acknowledged. Critics argue that such a system, while necessary for national security, also raises concerns about transparency and accountability. If power can be transferred and exercised in secret during a crisis, how much would the public truly know about what is happening? Where is the line between protection and control? Supporters, on the other hand, see it as a vital safeguard. In a world filled with unpredictable risks, having a plan for continuity is not just logical, it's essential. Without it, a single catastrophic event could create chaos on a scale difficult to imagine. In the end, the president's secret emergency plan represents both reassurance and mystery. It is a testament to the lengths a nation will go to ensure its survival, even under the most extreme circumstances. At the same time, it exists largely in the shadows, known only in fragments and hints. Because if such a system is truly as advanced and far-reaching as it is rumored to be, then one unsettling question lingers above all others. If the plan were ever fully activated, would anyone on the outside even realize it had already begun?